Hello there, it's Kryodawg. I wanted to do a second video on the Ruger SR9c. I got a chance to take it out to the shooting range recently, and I just wanted to provide some feedback for my first video, the unboxing video, of how the gun performed, as well as some things I ran into or noticed about the gun while shooting off a couple rounds. So let's get into that. Okay, so first off, the gun does not have a large amount of kickback. I found it very easy to maintain the gun while pulling the trigger. The trigger felt really good. It wasn't stiff, and there wasn't a lot of play in the trigger. So when I pulled the trigger, it did feel like there was an instant response in the mechanism, as well as the performance of the gun kicking back. It didn't seem to do that a lot, and I do like the striker fire on this gun. I did shoot another gun that was also a Ruger 9mm, but it had a hammer mechanism instead of the striker, and in the hammer mechanism, I noticed that in the trigger there was quite a bit of play, and noticed there was the difference between that model and the Ruger SR9c. I shot off about 50 rounds, and out of the 50, I would say about 4 or 5 of the rounds didn't fire or would get lodged in the chamber. And I had a little trouble getting some of them out, as they would get kind of crooked in there, and so the butt of the round would be actually pressed up against the magazine, so that it wouldn't allow me to push the slide forward to properly eject the round. So that's one thing I'm going to look at. And I think maybe that can be resolved just by doing some cleaning on it. That was the first time of shooting the gun, and so maybe it just needs a little oil in the slide mechanism to correct that. The sights may be a little off. I may need to adjust those. I want to go to a little better shooting range than the one I went to do that, and may need to adjust this one. This one is actually adjustable with a screwdriver. Looks like a flathead, and so I'll make those changes and provide another video on if that helped by adjusting this and giving the gun a proper cleaning. So that's my feedback. I did about, like I said, 50 rounds. For the most part, everything seemed to go fine. I do like how the gun handled, and look forward to shooting it again. As I mentioned in my first video, the SR9c comes with 2 magazines. One is a 10-round clip, and the other one is a 17-round. With the included round loader device that comes with this gun, I found it really easy to load the magazines quickly and without much effort as far as pushing the spring down. The magazine loader helped out a great deal with that, so I'm really happy that came with the weapon, because usually in the past when I've tried to load the magazines, I'll be able to get about I guess 3/4 of the way full, and then I would just start to notice the tension on the spring would get real tight, and it's hard to finish loading the magazine. But with that magazine loader, it really made a big difference, and I'm glad that was provided with this handgun. Something about the gun, I just like the way it feels in my hand. I like the smoothness of ejecting the magazine and loading it back. I like the sound that it makes. I don't know about you, but the sound to me is just kind of one of those things that just adds to the pleasure of owning a gun and firing a gun, and just the whole experience. You know, just that pop and click, and then the sliding of the striker, or the slide here. Just that motion and that sound of, you know, that right there. That's, you know, I just like to hear that. It's kind of crazy, I know, but you know, it's really part of the experience, and I look forward to getting another handgun. I think the next one I may look into getting will probably be a Glock 26 or maybe a Glock 19. I've seen some videos of other users of those handguns, and those seem to be, you know, pretty well-made guns, and I look forward to getting one of those, and maybe some other guns down the road. I don't know. I really like the Ruger, and yeah, I can't wait to try the Glock. And there's a new brand. I'm not very familiar with it, but I've seen it at a gun show recently. It was I believe it was called Sky. It's a 9mm, and it came with 2 clips as well. And the price point for that was, you know, relatively inexpensive for a handgun. I think it was right around $300. Had a lifetime warranty. So a lot of good features for that. I haven't fired it. Don't know, you know, really much about the gun itself, other than, you know, it's a 9mm coming with 2 magazines, similar to this Ruger here, and the price point was pretty reasonable. So I may look at getting one of those next time the gun show comes to town. But yeah, that's something I'm looking forward to. Just to show you how easy it is to break down this the Ruger SR9c. You just put it in slide lock position, and then there's a little mechanism down in there. Press it down, and then you can pop out the little pin here. It comes out the other side. Lay that to the side, and then the slide just comes off. There you have your spring and your barrel. The spring is on, and then you have your striker down in there. And just put it back together. You just pop it on there. I'll just slide it back in place. Push the block back in there, and then you can just take a regular one of your magazines to push the lever back up that's down in there, and that is it. It's pretty easy to break down, and for cleaning, so I'm gonna go through and do a cleaning on it a little later. We also shot the Ruger LCP 380. My girlfriend did, and she didn't like it a whole lot. It had a little more kick, and it would, when she would fire, it was like it would push back into her hand, and it would. She got a little pain or discomfort right in there. So we're going to look at getting her a 25 caliber handgun, and she fired a friend of ours 25, and she liked it a lot better. So, but all in all, this gun was, you know, it was a good gun. It only holds 5 rounds in the clip. When we purchased this, it only came with 1 clip, so it doesn't hold a whole lot. It doesn't have a safety mechanism, as I mentioned in a previous video as well. But for the firing, I didn't fire it myself, so I don't know, exactly how it performed. But for her, it was a little more power than really what she needed or wanted. So, but we'll probably end up getting rid of this one. Maybe trading it in on a 25 caliber, or just selling it straight out. So thanks for watching this video, and leave some comments if you like the video, or if you have any questions or or anything you'd like to share, leave those below. And please subscribe to my channel if you like my videos, and thanks for watching.